Okay, ready for me to start it? Right?
So it's a notice of the public hearing and monthly meeting. Please join us on May 23rd, 2024, at Vassalboro Community School, 60,000.
Sorry.
We're here to discuss the sewer rate increase effective July 1st, 2024, to continue covering operating maintenance expense and the debt repayment to pump wastewater to Winslow for treatment at the KSTD plant in Waterville. The public hearing discussion will last from 6 to 7. Our monthly meeting will follow from 7 to 8. Finance charge governed by the State of Maine Treasurer will increase from 4% to 6.25% APR effective July 1st, 2024. The finance charge will change yearly when posted by the State of Maine Treasurer. So the current rate right now for a line charge is 150, and the new rate would be 195. Building drainage fee is 25, what we have right now, the current one, and the new rate would be $50. Raise a serve fee, the current rate is 50, the new rate 100. Wastewater cubic per water usage by the cubic foot. And with the current rate is 14 cents a cubic foot, will go to 17 cents a cubic foot. The last increase was April of 2020. The Vassalboro Sanitary District trustees are Ray, Lee Trahan, Elroy, and Lucas. Anyone got any questions?
Comments? Does anybody have any comments about the increase? Yes.
Yeah, my name is Pastor Bichet. I was curious as to how you can justify 100% increase in the ready to serve fee when we weren't even asked if they wanted the line to go by our house.
Where there was a house, if they didn't have a stick, stubbed out to the right of way line to your property, they were putting that in as they went by if you didn't have any.
Yeah, but we didn't ask for that.
It's kind of the rules from the state. I think is when they go by, you sub it out to the right of way line.
But who justified them going by our house? Because it doesn't go all the way to East Baton.
Right. It's probably the contour of the ground. Tells you where you're gonna have gravity lines.
Well, it's not a gravity feed. I have to put a pump in to pump to the line. That's not a contour.
Yeah.
That's a depression.
Where are you located?
770 Main Street.
770.
Right next to me.
Right next to you. Yeah, what, down one house in Vernon?
Yeah.
The engineers are the one that decided what goes on and how they're gonna hook up the houses. I'm not an engineer. Why they would do that? It's probably because they have some rules and standards that they follow. And the house didn't have stubbed out, they went up to it. So when your system fails, you have to connect on to it for the timeline, which I think in Winslow is 5 years. You got to be on it. I don't know that we have that over here. Do you know, Richard? We have it.
We're in the middle of changing our charter, and I'm also going to be looking to make sure our ordinance is in order. So I don't know if we really have an answer for that right now until those get done.
So what happens if we don't hook up?
I don't know. I'm going to be retired. I don't know. It's not be done dealing with it.
Well, if you don't hook up, you'll still be getting the fee.
I understand that.
Okay.
But if we don't hook up, and that the letter we got a couple of years ago is that we can't have our septic system upgraded.
Right.
What's the justification on that?
Whether your system failed, your bed, your tank is broke or your bed's filled up. You have to replace it because you got a sewer line going by the front of your house, so you have to connect them.
Who voted for that?
There's a lot of work. There's 7 or 8 years in the process here, so. I'm doing it. It's down to it.
What does this increase do to the viability on the bottom line? What is it? What is the increase? Before it was 60%, I'm not sure what this one is, but it's a lot less than 60%. Does it get to the numbers you need?
That percentage.
No.
Last time I saw it was minus 55,000. Yeah. Budget.
What was it?
It was minus 55,000 in your budget.
Trying to find my worksheet. I'm looking at it, but I'll the best as soon as I can find it.
Yeah, Becky's doing a lot. She's scanning to find that, but it's,
But did you look at that when you did this increase and how it affects it?
and what are you talking about?
Your day-to-day operations that you're minus in your budget, right?
I'm a minus in the budget?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right.
Did you set the rates to make it equal out, I think is your question?
Well,
We have to look at that with the increase.
well, everything, the expense of everything, operating it, and then the payments that have to be made, some of it has to be put aside.
Right, I understand.
So, I mean, and that's what, there's no spare money that have to do anything with. It takes everything we got.
That's what he's asking, are you getting enough money with this increase to make everything?
Not to make the payments that we have to make for the next 40 years.
That was his question.
Yeah.
On the next, what we did, what's the next increase?
I mean, we got, we're hoping that the TIF money will help out too, and that's,
Where is that?
well, we're hoping soon, we can get that soon. Thought we'd had it by now, but we still haven't. 100,000 for one of them.
What, the payments?
No, the TIF to help out with making payments and.
We had asked for 200, I think it was 200,000. To help cover the tip payments, which is 72,265 for rural development that we're paying now. Plus we have to put that amount total aside for 10 years so that we can use that one payment if something goes wrong with the system. And the SRF loan is going to be approximately $50,000 a year for the next 30 years, once we sign on that.
I saw something said the town last meeting they had, they were looking at this issue. Have you heard anything?
They've asked for a lot of information, which I've done my best to give them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in hopes that we'll be able to get, we've got to make a vote because the charter is wrong. We now have to make a plurality vote so that the residents that are on the sewer can vote for new trustees, because you're only supposed to be in office for so long. And then, oh, wait a minute, I just lost my train of thought. Yeah. And if we agree to this plurality vote, they will consider giving us tip money for our payments this year. However, we have been told multiple times that this tip money is not gonna sustain the sewer district forever. It's just not gonna happen.
What's the building drainage fee?
The building drainage fee is to make sure that if you have an inspection of your home, is to make sure that you don't have sump pumps and other issues in the cellar that's going into the sewer system that goes to the town of Winslow, which we end up having to pay for.
Okay, well, I don't have any.
But you don't get billed a building drainage fee,
Okay, good.
right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. I think all you get is a ready to serve fee.
We do an inspection for that. And we go in and see that you don't have it, you don't get paid for it. But if you don't let anybody in to go check it out, then you're gonna pay for it.
So I have a question going back to the plurality voting. Because you voted in the board member, I thought, a few meetings ago. Is that being held off then until, is it going to be at the annual town meeting, part of that, where the voting will happen, or?
I haven't talked to the town yet. My thought is it's gonna be held off for now because the charter is wrong. But I've also been told by legal that the Vassalboro Select Board can vote this person in to fill the empty position that's on the board right now.
Okay. And it would just be the select board that votes that, not the overall population?
Correct. Yes.
I am not a resident of town. When you said legal, do you mean legal representing Vassalboro Sewer District or representing the town?
Representing Vassalboro Sanitary District.
Can I just ask that same question that came up earlier, a little bit different way? Is the increase that was requested previously is going to cover the operating costs for the near future? So now, at this point in time, you've lowered that rate increase. Is this going to cover your operating costs if the loan payments and so forth that you were discussing are covered by other sources?
I hope so, once we get those new pumps and everything installed.
Well, it's based on the anticipation of what the costs are. So I guess it's kind of a hope. It's a new way to get
right
control. But as best as you can tell, this is going to cover the cost other than the capital repayment loan costs.
Hopefully, yes.
Which could potentially be covered by TIF. That's the best the town could ever do to help you out, is pay those costs. The town isn't responsible for any operating costs.
Question about the charter. What exactly is wrong with the charter?
When we went with the town of Winslow, I was advised to change the charter. We had to make sure that our ordinance complied with the town of Winslow's ordinance. And I was also advised to update the charter at the same time. So I did that, but the charter that we have right now is municipal, not for district. So it all has to be looked over and redone.
The whole charter is like second.
I sent the whole thing in to make sure that everything is where it needs to be.
Is that because of the split with the town back in 2017? Is that what the charter is?
That's when I was informed that to make sure that we're in compliance with the town of Winslow.
So when are we supposed to start pumping to Winslow?
We already are. We have been. Since 2016, Richard?
Probably since 2019. I don't know if it was that long ago.
Okay.
Did they still plan on fixing manhole covers?
Yes. That's with Maine DOT. Fixing the manholes in the road.
State's gonna cover this thing.
Right, but they're also gonna fix some manholes in the process. That's supposed to be done in 24, 25.
Will we get an answer on that? Is this increase gonna take care of the operating cost? Did you say yes to that? I guess I hope so. It's hopefully.
I said hopefully.
Right. So is this important, a Band-Aid on it until you give us another increase, like 60% that you had said before? I just don't understand what's going on.
So why are there no concrete numbers? Is it because the pumps that you were talking about, they don't know, or the price of this?
Well, we have the pumps, but until we can get them installed,
Yeah, there's an ongoing
you know,
issue at one of the pump stations that we're hoping to fix, but it's been a slow process.
Ongoing issues with the pump, or with
What's that?
the ongoing issue with a pump, or what is it? What's the issue?
It's the pump station keeps plugging in. It's has something to do with pumps, and it has something to do with the users that are connected. But at any rate, there's a high yearly cost associated with going and unplugging these things, as you can imagine. And I think Becky is hoping that when these new pumps are installed to alleviate that problem, that big cost is going to go down.
So when are the pumps going in? You have the pumps, you said?
we have the pumps, we have the grinder.
So I'm just curious what is not for concrete answers, what we think is that we have everything, but we're not fixing it. We have a problem that's being caused by people on the system. Because that's what you're saying, right? People putting stuff in that shouldn't be in.
It seems to be just one pump station.
Is there a way to reach out to the people in that area more directly to possibly educate them on the damage they're doing to the system and the cost that's being incurred by everybody else because of what they're doing?
We have done that, but we're still getting the problem. We're having clothes come through the pump station. Clothes where somebody's flushing down the toilet,
Stuffed toys and things like that.
hair.
How many people are on that pump station?
I have,
You
no-
having problems?
I don't know, because I don't know how it runs.
Pebble Street North, I think, is what's supposed that station. I'm pretty sure
How many
that's,
houses are?
oh, I don't know, I ain't coming, but what's on Pebble Street?
It's probably about 80 houses. It's probably about a third or maybe 40% of the
I thought that you guys were talking about putting cameras to find out where it was coming from.
I don't think anybody was talking about that. There's really no way to do.
So you're speculating that pumps can fix the pumps. Is that right?
This will definitely fix the problem, but the process has been slow because we just had, it's depending on DEP to approve it, and they seem to be moving slowly.
Wisconsin State, it's no surprise.
No, but what we need to know is that if, or if it was DED, then
Was
that's.
the initial design inadequate with the wrong pumps installed initially? I mean, what's the big difference? Is the grinder an additional thing, or was it engineered wrong to begin with? Why an upgrade so soon? We just finished this project. Why do we need to upgrade the pumps already? Pumps typically have a pretty long life expectancy, and I assume they're commercial pumps, so they ought to last a real long time.
We only have the problem at one pump station. That's all I can say. The pumps are all the same throughout the system. We have a problem with one pump station.
Have you gone knocking on people's doors? Probably shitting or whatever. Have you gone and talked to each one of these people?
No, we have not.
How come?
We sent letters out and photos of what's going on that end to the people that are in that.
With a
So the landlord, have you better go talk to each one?
No, we mailed them to the landlords.
were they certified letters?
No,
Okay, so you don't actually know if they got them or not. I know.
well,
certified
we'll put it
letters-
this way, I didn't get anything back at the time. I'm assuming the people got them.
It's difficult to control every user in the system. And in fact, with this building drainage fee, that has a cost to the district, a significant cost. It's caused by people connected with some pumps and so forth in. And the purpose of the building drainage fee is to try to discourage people from doing it, but it is an option for people. My guess is that probably the costs to the district are higher than what the building drainage fee is collecting. And we have about half the users in the system that have chosen to not have that inspection done, so that tells me that they want to continue to pump clean water into the system.
So that's the one fee you want to increase.
Well,
Keep going up, so they.
Keep going up till they.
Yeah.
Makes sense, all the rain.
Yeah. Punishing people who want to.
I mean, we're only charging 25, we're gonna do 50. How much water goes through? We don't
They will
know.
let you in, charge you more.
Because most houses on Main Street all got water.
Oh, yeah.
Been in many cellars, they got a lot of water.
Oh, yeah.
So if people want to have that inspection done and haven't had it done already, how do they go about requesting that?
All they have to do is call me or send me an email and I'll send them out the paperwork to sign. And then I will get in touch with Richard and Richard will make an appointment with the customer to go in for the inspection.
Could that be posted? I don't have email. Everything I do has to be snail mail. I don't have a smartphone because I don't trust them. I don't want them to be smarter than me. If you could post it in the town hall, that might be helpful because everybody goes there sooner or later.
For the building drainage fee,
Yeah, absolutely.
I can do that.
Do you charge these people to go in and check on the house to see if it's discharge stuff? No. Who's the one that does it?
Who's that does what?
Going to inspect the house?
The building drainage fee, that's been me so far.
Do you need help?
No, it's all-
They want help. It's something you'd like to knock on some doors.
Yeah, if they're putting stuff in the system, yeah. It ain't hard to figure out.
I think that it's easy, it's an easy thing to say, it is, but in reality, that it is pretty.
Then what?
I'm saying that I don't agree with you.
You don't agree?
That's correct. I think the district is doing the best that they really can.
Are you doing the best you can?
Going from door to door and doing inspections is pretty unusual. We allow people to request inspections, but we don't just go and, we, in fact, don't really have any right of entry. We,
When that goes up, it's not going to. This water restrict. All bodies. Yeah. Sure. I just never really quite understood why that. Well, it sounds small.
Yeah, that's typically the way it's done throughout the country. The only alternative would be to put a slow meter on everybody's sewer.
But some people don't do that.
So,
I say a lot of people. You do that.
I believe the district has a provision that allows you to put it on a separate water meter if you have a significant water use. It's not going back in the sewer. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have some meters.
What kind of cost?
There are meters that how many cubic feet. You might have a swimming pool you want to fill. And that goes 22,000 gallons, you know, so.
Yeah, but is that expensive?
Well, I had bought one and the sanitary workshop, and I do got one or two.
We have one.
We have one. You know, the one I got, I think it was like a little over $100. I don't know.
So it's not an expensive thing.
No, but then we have to have a reading. You know, we're gonna base it on you giving us a reading. So we know what went into your house, and maybe half of it went to a garden. We don't know that. So we have to get,
Yeah, so you're saying you take my word for it, I gave you the reading.
yeah, well, I think.
I need a picture of the reading.
See, because, you know, I mean, I know. Even stairs. What happened, I mean, that work, we don't know.
Well, if I started with the start of one, and then if I just got,
Yeah, I'm not sure, they don't do that, they can get most of the last year was. You don't normally.
I know some have some livestock that drinks a lot of water.
Yeah.
So. They have a second.
I guess I gotta ask the question one more time. Did you look at the numbers? See what the impact of this increase is on? Do you know have a number, a yearly number, or how that's going to increase?
I don't.
Hear it.
let me look it over again. And I'll send something out in the mail to everybody.
You did look at that when you did this increase?
Well, I did the best I could, Bob.
No, it's not the way to run a business. Let's look at.
Well, this is true.
Are you asking again whether this covers operating expenses or are you at?
Something nice information to make sure that it isn't stuff. I mean, everyone here is concerned about the increase. And
Man, I don't blame you. The costs are way too high.
so, yes.
There's no argument. We're not gonna get any argument from anybody in the room on it.
No, you know. It's a big company that how much.
I just meant was the question whether they were gonna cover their operating costs projected, or whether you wanted to know what this impact was gonna be on the.
That's all.
Average.
So, numbers out there. See what looks like. You don't know what you're gonna get. You can't really go.
I don't think anybody knows whether the district is taking.
That's right.
But this, but what Becky said was that this is gonna cover the operating, it's projected, not. The money wouldn't be used for operating.
How do you know that? You don't have enough?
How do I know that TIF money won't be used for operating costs? The TIF money can't be used for.
I just really spoke to number.
He's talking about the increases in primary development. You guys are talking, sir.
Two different things.
Well, I think that question was answered. Didn't you say that it will cover the operating costs, Becky? Based on what you projected it to be?
Yeah, everything's pretty vague. You took down what numbers we had. When you're having the increases and is it a government?
I don't know the numbers themselves.
Okay, so if the TIF money hasn't come through, are we gonna get another 100% increase next year?
I'm sure that you will.
Will it be 100% or will it be more?
I think the only thing you can say is it will be something. There's no, how would we know?
So you're gonna run the town out,
We're gonna what?
run the town out. Judge by the whole town.
I don't
No one's gonna be able to afford their houses. They're gonna get bought from other states. They're gonna rent those out, not pay the taxes. The town's gonna go belly up.
What's the lack of tax?
You're killing the town.
I think that
We don't have a
the
choice.
district only can do what they can do. It's, the district isn't interested in just charging people for no reason. There's a cost to operating the system and the users have to pay for it, and the town doesn't want to help the district to do that, then the district users are gonna have to pay a higher share.
And I'm just going straight back. More reason to know where you number.
Lori?
I was wondering if, the board here has evaluated the proposal to send to the town and, all of the town benefits from the sewer project. Health and safety wise, economic development, environmental issues. So therefore, the town should pay for some of the loan payments with this project.
You did get a copy of that, didn't you? Yeah, Bill?
Yes, we did.
It was even Department of Environmental Protection noted that town could contribute to the loan payment since they are benefiting from the CDBG noted several times about how the town itself as a whole is benefiting from this sewer project. So I don't understand why the town is not paying their fair share. I mean, I think everybody in town likes clean drinking water. And the water is cleaner as you embarked on this sewer project. We echo environmental impacts. It's cleaner water for the fish, for swimming, for fishing. You know, all of the economic development impact to this town is if your sewer system goes down, then like you said, you're gonna have some, you know, who wants to live in the town where there is no sewer? Your businesses are gonna go out of town. People can't pay their sewer bill. So all of this benefits the town. So have you progressed on that to see if they can work with the district on that?
Oh, we agree, everybody benefits out of it, definitely, because I've seen who's on the swimming hole, and they're not just from the center of town, they're from all over the town. But, you know, we're outnumbered by a lot, so time to vote something that can get town to help out, we'll probably get voted out.
So you and the board, are you guys of the opinion that the whole town has benefited from the sewer being?
I don't know about the rest, but I definitely think that the whole town benefits out of it.
Okay. Other members of the board think the whole town benefits?
Yeah,
All right, so just the sewer users are paying the debt, where the whole town is benefiting from clean drinking water, clean swimming pools. I mean, those sand filters were right above your aquifers, right?
I don't know.
What's that?
The sand
The
filter.
sand filters are right above the aquifers.
Well, they were, I guess, alongside the brook, 3 different places.
And all the water is going down in China Lake where the water intake is.
They don't go into China, dump stuff.
Yeah, I think the town could certainly, if the town by a vote wanted to participate in paying some or all of the debt, the town can certainly do that, but it's up to the town. And when I say the town, it isn't up to the selectmen. They don't have any say in it. They can't unilaterally make that decision. It's gonna have to go through a town vote.
But everybody in this room is in the town.
Right, but the
Right.
majority of the town isn't in this room.
Oh, I get that.
Majority rules. But the majority is.
I think that's just the issue that,
Exactly.
I don't know if it's the case or not, but that's the issue that people are kind of grappling with, is whether the town, as a town, would vote to do it. And even if they do, that only helps a little bit. The rates are still way too high. The only way to bring those down is to reduce the operating costs somehow. One of the ways that we're trying to do that is to get these pumps installed and reduce that part of the operating costs.
Ray, didn't you say something one time about overestimating something you thought, maybe usage or something like that? I never quite thought what it was you said, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
How long have we been waiting for the DEP?
I know that one location that we have a lot of problem with, it's quite an added cost almost every week, right?
Just
Maybe
about.
every 2. It was sometimes twice a week at the beginning. And then somebody moved out and that slowed it down. But it's somewhat coming in from the other end.
And a lot of times, these calls are on the weekend, so we have to pay more when they come out.
So if somebody moved out and you were able to directly link that to the event happening, it sounds like you might be able to more directly link the current happenings to a house as well.
Well, we thought that was it, because it really lightened up the amount of time we just had people over there. But it's still happening. There's a lot of kids on that end.
Is it being done accidentally, or could this be done maliciously? And,
I don't live there. I mean, it's like, I don't.
I mean, if somebody's doing maliciously to
I don't want to live there. I got enough of my own.
At a previous meeting, we also had talked about KDCOG and employing them, or however that goes about, to assist with grant writing for possible future grant opportunities. Is there any progress with that?
I probably dropped the ball on that one, Lori. Yeah.
So, at the last select man's meeting, one of the things that was put on the table was using TIF monies to pay for an annual membership that they could benefit from, as well as a block of time to work on grant writing. So everything we talked about at that meeting is on hold until we have a meeting with them and their auditor on the 30th, which is next Thursday.
There was another item that had been discussed as far as calibrating or checking on the calibration of the measurement system.
Yep.
I'm not using the correct terms, but has that progressed at all?
Yes, that has progressed, that has been done. The meters are within what they're supposed to be within.
Accepted norms or whatever?
Yes.
Richard, the last meeting, did you provide the necessary paperwork to the town?
What was that?
What paperwork is that?
The paperwork that they were asking, what was that?
It was the ratio of pipeline in town versus out of town that we're going to use to come up with TIF money.
To start forward.
I haven't provided anything to the town, but I have provided information to the district.
And I just found it on my desk today. I'll get it over to you.
Any other question?
If the building is vacant, does the owner get charged?
Yes. You got a baseline to pay for.
How long have we been waiting for the DEP?
What was that?
How long have we been waiting for the DEP?
Oh.
For the pumps to be put in, how long have we been waiting for that?
I don't know. Have you read?
I just received something today that they have finished the plans and it's ready to go to contractors.
So then we have to contract someone to do the job?
Yes.
That's a bigger pump and a bigger grinder, right? Bigger pump, bigger grinder. And I think the generator, does that have to be changed?
The generator has to be increased to operate that grinder.
So it's not just putting the grinder in, it's changing things so you can power that. Takes a lot of power.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces to it, but the difficult part is putting in the grinder. Putting in a generator is not very difficult.
Any sort of timeline of when that's gonna happen? I mean, 6 months,
We have to find a
year,
contractor.
but there's no timeline. I mean, you put it out for bid, and how long do you give them to bid?
Well, we don't even have to put it out to bids. I understand that we're going to go directly to contractors. If we can't find any, then we'll go out to bid.
The pumps, are they paid for now? I mean,
The equipment's paid for except for the generator. It's not. We don't have the generator.
So who determines that the contractor is?
The district will choose among whatever prices that we get.
So is,
We'll have to go with the low bid.
because I know sometimes the lowest bid is not the best bid, but it should go out to bid.
Because it's funded through the state, it's going to have to go to the low bid unless there's some extremely good reason not to. And if we're approaching contractors, we're obviously not going to approach people that we wouldn't think to. If we end up having to advertise and just take whatever we get, then that question does come up.
I have a question regarding, I know that some folks were working on doing the petition to meet the number of signatures to get it put on the warrant for vote. And you had talked about that already a little bit. Is it also possible for the select board to put that on the warrant without it going, without the petition? Is that part of the procedure options as well? I'm sorry? Okay. Is that part, could that have been part of the procedure though otherwise? If the warrant wasn't completed?
It could have been. We talked at the meeting with the gals that were doing the petition just about, I think it needs more education to get the support of the town. I think the way it's gone at this point in time, it wouldn't go through.
So was that what was stopping the select board from putting it on the warrant without the petition? Is that the lack of confidence that it would pass, or?
That was my personal one. I can't speak for the other board members, but, and I talked at the meeting, I gave them some advice on how to address it in addition to what Laurie Stevens had done with the RCAP and the initial phases of that, as well as an example of how the town of Lincolnville had done that, but I haven't heard anything from them. I gave them information, I haven't heard back, so I'm not sure where they're at with that.
But something to keep in mind for next year, if we're still in this boat, that it might be possible for the select board to add that to next year's warrants without going through the process of getting signatures.
As long as the process is done properly, I guess it wasn't done properly.
But that process, I don't think needs to happen if the select board on their own opt to put it on the warrant.
You don't have to get the signature.
I don't believe so.
Really?
$40.
I will find the documents and I will post them.
Thank you.
Any other questions? We're coming to the end of this timeline with this public hearing.
Wasn't we gonna be fined if we didn't do this?
Oh,
I'm under the understanding that the whole town would have been fined if we didn't do this?
I didn't quite hear you.
The whole town would have been fined if we didn't do the
If we
upgrade?
didn't do the sewer system, would the whole town have got fined for not changing over from the old system?
I have.
No, it's quasi-municipal beyond your shoulders.
Anything else?
Well, thank you for coming.
So now is the monthly meeting though portion, right?
The monthly meeting, yeah, we're gonna have a monthly meeting.
Still has important information if you all want to share it.
Hi, maybe it was covered, just a question. And you talked about you doing, what's the update of those who are eligible, households that are eligible to hook up, but choose not to?
You will continue getting ready to serve. Oh, you only have so many days, so much time.
So many years to hook up from the date that the sewer system was put in
Okay,
place.
that is in the ordinance, and that is also gonna go to the,
Charter?
that's gonna go to the legal counsel that have been checked out. So right now, I'm concerned, nothing's gonna happen. That's my perception, my feeling. Until we get the charter in the ordinance, the way it's supposed to be, we really can't do it.
The only thing you can do is not approve if they have some problems with their sewer system. You wouldn't approve them not hooking up.
Well.
You'd make them hook up.
If they have an issue with the sewer, they have to. Right?
So that's being enforced, but the other piece isn't being enforced now. Is that correct? Those who are eligible is not being enforced that they need to hook up.
Right.
It's only those people who have an issue with their current sewer system, their private. You're making them hook. Is that correct?
I think it's 5 years. You got
5 years.
With the assistant family. You got 5 years.
Well,
So that's
the wording,
adopted,
the wording was when the sewer system went in place in the town, you had 5 years to hook up.
That's the town of Winslow. Okay, I took that ordinance from the town of Winslow, we had to adopt that in order to sign, to put our clothes to it.
So that's what was
This is-
illegal.
This is why, well, the charter's not
Inappropriate.
either, right? That's why I'm saying everything was legal to our attorney to go through everything to make sure that we're back where we need to be
For Vassalboro.
for basketball.
Okay, so that only pertained to Winslow, which was the municipal charter ordinance.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that was the error. And so when is that all going to come? When is the new ordinance? Do you have a timeline for that?
I haven't even sent the ordinance to them yet. The charter said it's gonna take a while. I said, we're gonna get back to you lawyers. I don't know for sure.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
These three were wrong. This one, these. All set, we got some.
What's the matter? Are they singing with the woman? Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna say I'm just gonna discuss the. So, yeah. So, they go down to this, this whole. Oh, sanitary invoices, what it is, I guess they can tell them that. That's what that's it.
Now we'll come to our regular meeting.
Are you going to stay for our regular monthly meeting?
Okay.
Are you going to stay for the regular monthly meeting? See you, Benny.
Thank you.
Benny, is that your sweatshirt? Is that your sweatshirt? Did you bring a sweatshirt? I didn't know if it was yours or not.
I've been taking it, but in the system.
That's called evidence, we know it.
Thank you. Yes, Lisa's going. Lisa's So, it is my understanding because the charter is all messed up, we cannot swear in any board members. Which, back a while, the town said, yeah, you can. I don't know why we're doing it for you all the time, so go ahead and do it. So that's what we've been doing for the past few years. Anyway,
Question, Becky. If that, the options you showed me earlier, one of them said the select board, could do that. Why not ask Aaron if he thinks that's agreeable on itself, see if it's something we can do in the next board meeting, just to get it through, so you have a person.
well, that's what I was just going to ask you. If you would be.
Repeat the question, we can't hear from the background noise here.
Why don't we shut the doors?
I tried that.
Okay.
Thank you.
I didn't know if the town would be amicable to swear in Lisa at the next board, the next meeting that they have, so that to fill in the empty position until things get straightened around.
Ask Aaron if it's something we can do.
Yep.
I thought I
I
got
think I
sworn in
saw-
by Kathy. Seems like I went in.
I think it was different then. This would be filling in a vacancy,
Yeah,
which is different from an election. And we're doing it kind of as a stopgap, as there's, I don't see an emergency, but a special circumstance.
I think I saw that online also. I got it from my legal counsel. But yeah, I'll send an email to Aaron and ask him. So Lisa, you all set on that? Okay. Nope. Okay. Yeah, did the board look over the paid invoices that we did, that I sent you? Any questions? Al, you all set on the invoices?
Yep.
Give me this thing.
Yep. Update on the statement.
You got this? Okay, as of May 9th, the outstanding accounts receivable was $39,027. That includes $21,424 that we have in liens. I just had 2 foreclosures of liens, which everybody paid. So we're all set on that.
If you're age 55 and smoke gas.
In order for us to get TIF money, we have to do this I can't say the word. Thank you, voting. Is this something that the board would vote on?
Yeah. They want it tonight.
Yeah. All in favor to do that voting?
Yeah. So that,
Well, wait a minute. Well, right down here, all in favor. So the next question is, I got an email from Aaron Miller asking to allow this vote effective immediately. So I want to know what the effective immediately means, just for my records. So I don't know if it means you're gonna put it in with the town meeting.
highlighted on our notes.
No, I did that. If it's gonna be, if you're planning on putting it in with the town meeting that's coming up in June, do you have time? I don't know how the town works, so. That's just my question. I'll get in touch with Aaron.
Perfect.
In the past, it was part of the, like, where the separate from the annual meeting is the actual written ballot thing? Would it be, is that what you mean, would it be part of that? Like the day after the town meeting?
Well, that's what I have to talk to Aaron about to find out. What else do we have?
So do you have the actual question that written down that we just voted on? So that.
Yes, it's right there.
Question.
Yes.
I don't need to see.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just want to make sure, rather than it just says, we voted on something, but we can't really say what it is. So as long as it's written out, just for the town's benefit.
Yep.
They'll want to see that. In writing. Just make it cool.
Yep. Okay. I currently drive down to Kennebec Valley. Kennebec County Registry of Deeds to deliver any liens or discharges or anything, because I have had stuff lost in the mail. So I have to stop payment, start things all over again. I am asking for mileage reimbursement when I have to travel to do stuff like that for the sewer district. It's cheaper to pay mileage for me than it is for me to stop payment on a check and do this all over again. So is that all in favor? You gonna vote on it?
Yeah. Make a motion that give back the mileage 67 cents per mile.
Yeah, but that can change yearly. That's what the State of Maine says, but that can change.
You pay the person. I vote yes. Vote yes.
All in favor? Okay. Opposed? No.
All right, so the charter, the lawyers have that, we'll leave in.
Yep.
They say when they get back with that.
They said it's gonna be a while. is all I got right now.
How long have they had it already?
What?
I think I sent it to him last week. Oh, this is also the month that we're supposed to pay the trustees for compensation. I'm not comfortable doing that until we get the charter back and find out what exactly it is that we are allowed to do. So I would like to put that on hold for now, if that's okay with the board.
Fine.
Okay. I want to have all our ducks in a row from now on.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
You already, Becky.
Well, I haven't yet. I haven't sent the ordinance yet, but I'm gonna.
So they got the charter.
They have the charter.
And that's actually.
Yeah.
So now, Richard, an update on the install of the new pumps, so talk about that. Okay.
Well, we can talk about that because it's obvious that we're not gonna get this done, but
By the
by the time we required to close out this loan. So the question is, can we extend that loan again?
I'll have to reach out to legal to find out.
We're ready to go. I was always thinking if we had a contract awarded, we would be okay by the, but that's not even.
As I've stated numerous times, I really don't want to do that, but
water flow meter calibration that's been done. And that's okay.
Yep, that's been done. I think they probably recommend that we got a little more frequently than this one. How much it costs?
How are you going?
Oh, it's fairly expensive.
I think it was a couple thousand.
So they take a reading at the main pump by St. Register is, and then they take a reading down and
Oh, I lied.
down at the very end, the last.
And that's not the way that they do it. They just hook meters, electric sensors up to the equipment and they see if it's within the bucket. So there's nobody's standing there with a bucket.
Yeah, right.
Measure what's coming up.
Okay, the cost on that was $1,080. That's to do two of them though, right, Richard? That was to do both of them.
Yes, so it's 1,000.
Yes. Yeah.
I think the Winslow agreement may actually require that to be done.
Yeah, I think. Please think about it. So we have a date on the possible plugging at Open Road. Yes, I took place in.
Well, Becky received a call from the owner who's the landlord, I guess. But he doesn't look at it. He said the drainage had been slow for a long time and he wanted to know if there was some issue. And I just said, well, we'll have somebody go and open the manhole, because I know where that comes into the manhole, and see if it's plugged up there. And Sandy went out and said, yep, it looks like it was blocked, so they cleaned it out.
They cleaned it up. See if they.
Yes. I don't know if that's the cause of the problem, but that seemed like the logical first step.
Well, I haven't heard back from him at all, so.
No, I mean, I haven't actually called him.
So, see, Willow Street pump station.
We had an issue there and we sent CMG and they said that they couldn't figure out what the problem was, but then they did. I have not gotten an explanation of what they figured out, but the problem was.
So you don't have to get in touch with, who was it? Stevens Electric?
No, we didn't need to.
Oh, good.
But we do have an ongoing issue in East Vassalboro that I'm trying to get Larry knows to, I guess. If somebody would have to look at that. Okay, they're waiting to see if they can actually figure out a plan ahead of time before they come over.
Which one's that?
The East Vassalboro. A big pump station.
The pump station?
Yes. It's, we've been getting alarms for this. But there doesn't seem to be anything really wrong. And it's just that nobody, we've had to see them to look at it and they can't figure out why that is. I don't think there's any danger, but it's just obviously something's
Follow up on that. That gentleman that lived at 747 Main Street. It's almost a seal, but it seems to be a couple other talking people.
No,
well.
Was that-
I don't know
was
if it was
that
there.
I received
That's
I received a copy of an email who said it wasn't their problem. Which is wrong, but it's not the district's problem either, and there was some miscommunication along the way as to have making it do it, but it's a plumbing code issue, and if the town doesn't choose to enforce it, it's the district isn't there. It's just something that came up with the fire was something that didn't meet the code. The plumbing inspector seems to feel that anything to do with plumbing that's in the district isn't the town's issue, but I don't believe that's correct. They believe the plumbing code is enforced by the plumbing inspector.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the one up on Nickel Ridge.
Yes.
Press.
Yes,
yes.
but he is connected. There was some.
Yeah.
He wasn't taken to.
He's connected, and he just decided to use the septic tank instead.
No, he isn't a septic tank. He just didn't. It's supposed to be pumped up. Supposed to be a thing.
Yes,
It's part of the plumbing.
right, but I thought he's back to using the old system and not the new.
No. No.
So isn't that supposed to be filled in with dirt?
Yes.
And that didn't get done.
He said that it.
So who's gonna make him get in touch with the contractor to have him get that done?
Probably buy it. If the town doesn't choose to enforce the plumbing code, then there's not really anything we can do. We don't have. We're, all we care about is the connection to the sewer.
So
But when we say that you need to hook in and you need to dismantle your old sewer, why isn't that not? I mean, we tell them that has to be done. Is town's inspector supposed to be there to watch, to see? No. Okay, 4 years
Like I
ago?
said, I think they're kind of better communication. But as far as I know, we got a permit from the town and inspected. It was plumbing permit. They didn't plumbing in the house. They had to go to plumbing permit to do it. So. At any rate.
he would have to follow up.
We don't have any way to. How are we gonna tell them? It doesn't violate any of the. So use ordinance laws. All our laws say is they gotta put the sewer.
So does he, the code enforcement officer got to follow up to see if he's hooked up? That's what we need to have.
If they want it done, it's not really a big issue. It's a tank full of sewage in the backyard. Eventually it may be a problem. That's why they want it pumped out and then. So that it doesn't become a problem.
This whole thing started when Paul Mitnick was the plumbing inspector. So he had sent me an email. I don't remember exactly what it said. Something to the effect of, well, nobody ever called me about this issue, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Is your sewer use ordinance address abandoning septic tank?
No. But if you want to, you can write him a letter and tell him he has to do it, see what happens, but I don't think you're gonna have anything behind it.
There's Saxon, some letter and saying that it would have to be probably inspected if he was gonna punch it or fill it in. That way someone's seen it done.
I appreciate that.
At least get a invoice.
For this next one received hallway info of travelers west and trust. 418 Main Street, East Asheville, to connect them to the sewer system.
Let's worry about what's in place. Okay.
Yeah.
Richard, did you reach out to that
Real.
person yesterday?
I didn't have to, she told me repeatedly, or she reached me.
Oh, good.
So she didn't say she was the buyer, she said she was a realtor.
Huh?
Listing their property.
So I had met with the realtor that was representing the seller. And they wanted to know if they could hook into the sewer. The sewer doesn't actually run by the house, but it runs next to the house going in off the road. And so they're not under any obligation. It's forcing going to the house. But they could hook into the sewer. They're gonna probably have to put in a pump station and run it across the lawn and across the ditch that goes down between the two properties and get into the manhole. And I gave them CMD and said, here's a contractor that will give you a price to do that. If you want to do that, or we could design a septic system, which is also probably going to need a pump station.
Yeah.
But if you want a price for that, you gotta have somebody to sell the septic. So it sounded to me like she had two contractors she was gonna get this from. They're interested in looking into it.
I did get a phone call from somebody yesterday asking how deep the pipe was, and it's like, sorry, I can't help you. I have no idea.
Yeah, you have to open the manhole and measure.
No.
Yeah, when I say you.
I know.
Is that in the blueprint you have this?
That's the scale. I believe it is. The bottom half.
So have all this mentioned.
It might have, but I took that back down to sewer district. I didn't have that with me.
Oh, when you, yeah. Usually there's frequently a difference. That's grinding and.
I think that it's gonna take. I didn't do this when I was out there, but it's gonna take opening the manhole, measuring down, and getting elevations from the house.
Those as built.
To see if there's enough pitch to do it. But it's even if there's enough pitch, it's a long run and it's rough terrain and it has to go across a stream, which I'm calling a ditch, but it's really a stream. And I think that it's just really gonna take a pump station. And then you don't have to worry about those details.
But that pump station, that line would be by itself, but it's not attached to upper machines.
No, it would go the way the gravity line runs down Main Street and then cuts in at, near the access road. And there's one manhole that's in, off the road.
Yeah.
And that's the one we've done. So no, it wouldn't be tied to the pressure sewer. But there is a pressure sewer that goes, so if you're trying to put it in by gravity, that's another consideration, is you're gonna have to deal with that pressure sewer that's also been potentially dig out.
With that. You have anything else, Christie?
I don't believe it. No, I think I'm good.
Any questions from anybody else?
I just want to clarify. Said earlier, there are no outstanding liens right now.
Yes, we do have outstanding liens. We currently have 49 outstanding liens, and these are not 49 customers. These are 49 liens. There's customers that have multiple liens. Okay?
And then people pull liens on one property.
Yes, yes. I bill, because we bill quarterly, we can lien quarterly.
Oh.
So. I think that's it. If anybody
Okay.
doesn't have any other comments. So do you want me to reach out to Aaron and Chris and let them know that we did that?
Yeah.
Vote?
Then
Okay.
And so how's Lee do?
Lee got moved to rehab up in Bangor. And I saw on Facebook that he had a setback. So I don't know
Not very well.
how bad. He was doing really well. But I don't know exactly what the setback's all about. So, and I've tried emailing him and texting him and he hasn't gotten back to me. So I don't know what's going on.
We have been participating, we assume.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah. He did call me. He sounded pretty good at the time, but